the tweet that I got about this was the listener was asking why, in his opinion, we are stifling a conversation about DJ Moore regarding in this whole trail of what's happened with the bad body language, and then the play in the end zone yesterday, where he probably stopped short and slowed down his route.
Yeah, he definitely hesitated.
And like there have been some other factors here that haven't been trademarks of DJ Moore's play. And he feels that, like, the term that he used that stood out to me in the tweet was stifle, like that we're intentionally going our way to bury a conversation about DJ Moore. I'll just give you my thought on everything. DJ Moore, there are many athletes in this town who deserve a benefit of the doubt, and there are athletes who don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Nate Davis has always been one of those who don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. He has carved his own path where he chooses not to show up. He chooses not to work hard. And whenever things then he doesn't play well, it's for a reason. DJ Moore is always out there, always working, always there with the team, always producing, always available. He checks all the boxes, win or lose, giving you max effort. So to me, when a guy like that, who's got a reputation and has had a track record here in Chicago, albeit not a long one, but still a pretty good one, enough where Ryan Poles felt that it was good to give him an extension, I'm not going to jump down his throat. So I'm not stifling any conversation. I just think that he's one that doesn't deserve the ire from me.
I think there's frustration, and you can see it. You can see it whether you're at the game at times or you can watch the film and you can see the frustration. By the way, I agree with you 100%. I've always professed my appreciation for DJ as a player. He doesn't miss practices. He's a leader by example. I don't know how vocal he is inside a huddle or in a locker room because I'm not there. But there's a young man who leads by example with his play and with his desire to be out there. Doesn't take plays, doesn't take practices off. You can see it's visible at times, the frustration. It's understandable. He comes from when anything would break down last year, where's the ball going? To DJ. And not because he wants his stats. He's already been paid. It's not about stats. It's about he wants to contribute. This is how I'm reading the situation. He wants to contribute to winning football. And because he's such a good player, he wants to have a larger role in what it is that they're doing to help them get over the goal line. Like when you hear him talk, he talks about this is about winning games. I've done enough losing in my life. So I don't think this is anything, his reactions to anything is about selfish behavior. He got his money, and rightfully so, because he's a fantastic player. I gave you the numbers last week. You can tell they're not on the same page. They're this close. Like they're really close on a lot of things. They haven't closed that gap. And if you're listening at home, my fingers are about an inch apart. It's getting closer. They're not there yet. But heading into last week's game, he had 19 catches for 167 yards. It's 8.8 yards per catch. And this was something that Tyler and I looked up. His average distance or depth of target was 7.6, which ranked him 72nd out of 91 qualified wide receivers. It looked as if really what they were trying to do, they're trying to get him the ball, but they're doing it with bubble screens and quick outs. And my battle cry was he's a fabulous player. Let him run the routes that we saw Tutu Atwell running yesterday. The Rams attack the middle of your defense. I think DJ's really valuable to attack the middle of a defense with deep in routes and deep crossers and skinny posts.
What are his numbers if you even take away the Hail Mary?
Oh, they're like even worse.
That's what I'm saying. So, that wasn't even a schemed play.
So I'm not going to get down on him for body language. Like I can go back and show you some stuff from the Colts game where DJ's not doing enough when his job is to block for Rome Odunze. And when it's Rome Odunze's job to block for DJ on these wide receiver screens, maybe this is one of the plays where DJ said after the game, we've been all told what we're doing wrong, and you don't want to be on that list of guys that is being singled out by the coaches. I don't know why they're not more successful blocking for each other on wide receiver screens. Sometimes it is effort. That's really the only thing that I can identify as the show of frustration. And by the way, I thought DJ did a really nice job blocking for, I pointed this out, blocking for Cole Kmet on the first third down of the first quarter on their first drive. I take that back. He was a later play. The guy that didn't know was Rome. Rome's 6'3" and 210 pounds, couldn't move a smaller cornerback.
With the Cole Kmet play?
The Cole Kmet play.
Now, I heard Yurko break that down, and he excused Rome earlier, saying that was just a play where it was almost impossible for Rome, and it was a corner who made a play.
It's not an easy block, but Rome's got a size advantage, and he's going this way. That's a play I would hope that Rome could create enough space for Cole to make a 3-yard gain. So, but anyway, back to DJ. I think there's frustration. They're not on the same page. We've seen it quite a bit. Hopefully they will.
Do you need more effort from DJ?
On wide receiver screens, I would say they all need to work harder at each other, for each other. That's why I said you just get rid of the bubble screens. If guys aren't going to block for each other and they're not going to be positive plays, then just get rid of them. If guys don't want to run them, don't run them.
Well, but that's like the Aaron Rodgers thing with Salah.
Yeah.
But his argument is the opposite. His argument is hold guys accountable. Don't just stop doing that. Like, just because guys aren't giving effort, you drop them?
But
or do you ask your guys to execute what they're supposed to execute?
And if you don't do it, I am going to eliminate it from the play call sheet. I mean, like, have you seen the bubble screens? Are they working?
No, they're not. But is it because guys aren't working hard? If it's
I could show you the film and you tell me why these plays aren't working. Some of them, the mesh isn't great, and that's more the back screens with Swift. Like, he and the offensive line and Caleb just haven't been on the same page. They were much so yesterday with screens than they've been in the first 3 games for sure. I look at what's going on in the wide receiver screens, and to me, it doesn't look like the other wide receivers who aren't receiving the ball are giving enough to the guy with the ball. Like, they're not doing a good enough job to create space. And you know how those plays are. You just get you get a quick seam and you're gone. They're not providing anything. There's no daylight for it anyway. When Rome's catching it, there's no daylight created by DJ. When DJ's catching it, there's no daylight created by Rome. That would be my only criticism, is that in the wide receiver screens, it doesn't feel like these guys are doing enough to help each other. I don't see a lack of effort.
So, and we're not stifling anything.
No.
But again, like, if anything, we were giving a guy who has produced the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, if I was to look and I'm Shane Waldron and I'm grading guys, or I'm their wide receivers coach and I'm grading guys, I would say really the only negative grades I'm giving DJ or Rome at this particular time is on these bubble screens. They are not finding a way to spring each other. And I don't know if that's something they don't want to do or it's just something they're not good at, but that's the only thing I would be hypercritical on. Other than that, I think that they're really close. I think that, as I said, they're missing things by just a little bit. Rome runs a nice stutter and go. Should have got a flag. Because one of the Rams' defensive backs was holding him. Caleb throws the ball. It's about 2 or 3 yards out the back of the end zone. Like that, you give your guy a chance. Like, Rome runs a good play. Should have drawn a flag. You saw Caleb petitioning for a flag, but Caleb doesn't give his wide receiver a chance to catch the ball. Like, they're this close from making those types of plays. The one on the sideline, I'd have to know what they're doing. I heard the coach talk about it too. You had DJ on the outside. The corner jumps to the out, funnels him inside. DJ, I thought, did a nice job because you have to take an inside release. You widen your route to create space to throw the ball. Because usually when a cornerback is playing cover 2 or 2-man and he pushes you inside, you collapse the route. You give your quarterback nowhere to throw it. So DJ takes an inside release and then creates separation and creates some width. Then he hesitates. I don't know why he hesitates. I don't know if the play was, he was supposed to be more inside than out. I have no idea where they wanted him to be, but ultimately Caleb throws a ball 100 miles an hour, about 3 feet high. And even if DJ doesn't stop or hesitate, I don't know that DJ can catch it. They're just not on the same page.
Yeah.
They're not on the same page, but it's not something I think will be the case for much longer. I think they will
hopefully
find their
4
rhythm.
games from now, we'll say, wow, more big strides.